Welcome to another episode of the Samlo Taoism Awesome Broadcast. And I am your host here, Seafood. And welcome to this talk show again. Or maybe you can call that a lesson because right here, you're here to learn. So that's right. It's kind of boring. I know. But it's fine. It's fun. Okay? It's fun. It's eye-opening and it's mind-blowing. We all know about that. Okay? So that's what this talk show series is about. It's a bunch of mind-blowing stuff that you might have heard outside the wrong way. And here you'll learn about the right way from the person right here talking who is personally in the field of teaching Taoism, Taoist magic, and such for quite a long time already. So today's topic is about Qi. Now this word, C-H-I or Q-I, okay, they are both wrong because it's a Chinese word. So it's supposed to be Hey, okay? In Cantonese is Hey, like H-E-Y, hey, but this is downward, hey, not hey, okay, it's hey. So a very close word, like a commonly said word is hey gong, right? Qi Gong, which is the kind of cultivation or exercise for the qi. Okay, so basically Hey Gong, that's Cantonese. Now in Mandarin, okay, anyway, that Guoyu, okay, it's Qi, not Chi, not CH, okay, so there's a teeth sound to it. Qi Gong, right? Qi, not Chi. So this one is wrong. Now the other one with the Q, that's Japanese. Key, right? That's weird. Key. It's not like that. Okay, Chinese is not like that. That's how the Japanese spelled that word. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So what is the Qi, the hey, okay, hey. What is this thing? Like, what can it do? How powerful can this be? A lot of people have some kind of misunderstanding about this thing, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on out there. Like people trying to say, "Oh, I can prove to you, my chi, my ki, okay, it's strong. I can let you punch my stomach." And, like, okay, how's that going to benefit my life anyway? But, okay, I'll punch. Okay. You see? Doesn't hurt. I mean, like, if you are hurt by that punch and you pretend that it doesn't hurt, who knows, right? And then the guy's like putting on that weird face, like weird look, and show you that I'm okay, look, okay. And then when he's like gone, you see him rubbing his tummy and oh shit. Okay, so yeah, so what does that prove to you anyway? I mean, I am not going to practice something for being hit, okay? I want to practice something not being hit, okay? So that's wisdom. Well, yeah, obviously that's not how Qi is like, okay? Now, what is the Qi? We need to understand this word, okay, very, very precisely. Because if you don't understand the word, you will get scammed everywhere because you are looking at the wrong thing. Now, a lot of people are referring to this Hei or Qi to what's being depicted in the movies. Like, oh, I'm going to like punch something and there are some kind of like energy waves that comes out of your fist or arm, and it can like make things explode or something like that. Well, that's not real. Okay, we all know it's not real, but the funny thing is people like I don't understand. People actually take this and kind of like want to make it real. So there are people who try to convince others that saying that they have this chi power in them, and what they do is they will do all kinds of performance, showing you that they can contact something by a distance without touching them. For example, a deck of cards, and you can kind of like push with the palm, and the card is going to fall. Or like put 2 bricks on the table, and then the guy is going to like go away from the table and then wave his hand, and you see the bricks kind of dropped. Like when I look at these things, I'm like, oh my goodness, people actually believe in it. Okay, that's not real. Okay, come on. That's magic show. Okay, so yeah, well, so what is chi? Like we have been talking a lot of what it is not, but what is chi basically? How can we know it's there? Well, first of all, chi is like energy. Okay, it is like energy. Okay, pay attention to the word choice. Like, it is not exactly the energy as in like the scientific definition of things, but it is a form of energy. Okay, now let me give you an example. Okay, so in a basketball game, okay, a lot of people are watching, right? And they cheers for the team. Okay, they cheer for the team. In Chinese, we call that action of like cheering, like screaming and, you know, doing that kind of stuff. We call that 打氣. 打氣. Yeah, 打氣 is to inject the chi, inject more energy, right? Now, how does that work? How does this 打氣, like inject energy, work? Well, basically, your voice screaming and such with the intention and screaming the right thing, the receiving end, which is the players, they listen and they see, they listen and they feel all that stuff, and it goes into them and hype their heart. Okay, it goes into them. Into, as in like into their body. How does that go into their body? Well, look, okay, you have ears, right? You listen, the sound goes into your body, and basically it goes into you, and it goes into the heart as well. So when it goes into your body, okay, you acknowledge this thing, and it goes into your heart, and it promotes feeling. Okay, neither like good or bad feeling, but in this case it's good feeling, right? You feel pumped, motivated, energized, and as a result you will have a better performance, or you will want to like give it the last shot, you know, the boost, the ultimate kick or whatever you want to do, like right there. Okay, so or like jump really high just because of that. Okay, it's just like a form of energy that goes into you. Now this form of energy cannot be measured by scientific method because it is not a dead form of energy. This is a pre-heaven, alive form of energy. It's not dead. It has the what we call like the intention, okay, like people's feeling, their thinking power, all that stuff is inside the sound. It's not the sound itself. It's the sound and the intention and all that stuff add up together that create this effect, and it cannot be measured by any scientific method because it is not possible. And basically, the receiving end got the chi because you injected the chi. The other side will feel different, and you can see the result right away. Everyone is hyped. They can, like, they might want to jump really high, or they might have like a lot of motivation and like not want to give up and things like that. Maybe someone just they're kind of like shy or maybe tired or something like that, and it affects their performance. So after the Da Hei, right, the inject the chi, they might kind of feel the urge to open up, the urge to do like bigger movement, jump higher or leap with the leg, extended further away, and somehow all that stuff just add up to victory. It's just so simple. And well, don't forget, a lot of the sports and all these things are like that. When you are young, especially like when you're like a kid stage, you really do need a lot of these kind of empowerment, especially like from your parents or like people who cared and take care of you when you're young. Now imagine a kid going to somewhere, like a party or something like that, and there's no encouragement and such, no support from the back. Okay, no parents, no relatives, no nothing. Okay, he just entered the place, and definitely he's not going to feel so good compared to an other kid who got the parents or some relatives right there who take care of him and tell him like, do your best, and like it's going to be okay, and all that stuff. After that, he will feel like full of confidence, right? Everything you say, everything you do, it's going to be just different from the one who doesn't have these things. You might think that, well, it's just some word, just saying it, like good luck, good job, like that. It's just a word. Maybe you think that it's just so natural, just some small stuff, like I'm just saying, drive safe, good luck, all these things that we say every day, right? How is that going to like create such a big impact on someone? Well, it does. Now compared to like let's say the example, okay, one side it's a kid who is like mostly by himself, and there's no parents or relatives at the back supporting, and he's always feeling just like that. Okay, now going to the same event, okay, there's an other kid going to the same event, and he have all that parents and relatives and such at the back supporting, saying all these good words to him. When he walks in there, he is going to feel very settled, very safe, very protected and empowered. And the way how he will present himself, okay, you can see he's like much more confident, but the other one will feel more like I'm gonna walk around a bit and check this out, check that out, and not really opening up. But that's because he don't feel that support inside. The chi is lacking. Yeah, that's right. In a fight, let's say, okay, be it a verbal or physical fight, this chi also helped a lot. If you have a lot of chi inside you, okay, this energy inside you, you feel pumped. So some people, they do not actually, like they do not physically have that power or ability to win the fight. But because of the chi, a lot of chi, okay, inside him, he will feel very confident. He won't want to give up. He won't even like thought of giving up, because all he sees is, I'm going to win. There's no problem. Okay. He feel like super confident. And that's the kind of power. Okay. Even the other guy is stronger, but he lack confidence. He will be full of doubt. He will be skeptic, and he will be having troubles going all out to deliver his power. And you see that chi is lacking, it will affect everything. Even you're physically strong, your spiritual side is weak, then you will just be like a muscle guy who is sick and laying on the bed all the time. That's basically how it feels. Like your outside is strong looking, but the inside is lacking power. And that basically the chi inside is lacking. Going back to our previous shows or lessons, I'm not sure when I talked about it, but actually I talked about it a lot. And this is the 3 types of soul or chi inside our body. The 3 types, okay, the 3 kinds of property basically breaks down to the positive, the negative, and the neutral kind of energy, that soul energy, okay? Now this is the chi inside you. Let's take a look at what the chi can do and how you use these chi every day. It's so scary simple. So the first one, let's get to the first one, which is the neutral soul. Okay, in Chinese, or you can say Cantonese, we call this the Teen One. Teen One. Teen is the sky, and the one is the soul. So what does this kind of neutral soul energy, what does it do inside us? Well, this thing is super important. Why? Because it gives you the connection. Yeah, this is the chi that connects you right here in the what we call the post-heaven world. Okay, this world that you can see with your eyes. And it connects to the pre-heaven world, which is, the most simple way to say it is the you inside yourself, okay? The deep side of you. Now, going a bit further, okay, the pre-heaven side of you connects to the, what we call it, Yun Sun, which is your spiritual planetary body. But today we're not going to get into that yet, okay? I'm just going to talk about the 3 types of chi first. So the Teen One, right, the neutral type. The neutral type connects both ends, and it makes you feel that there is a direction, like in life, there's a direction. I know where I'm going. I can feel my point of existing in this world. Now, how bad can it be if your Teen One is being damaged or it's kind of weak, okay? Well, you lose that power that makes you feel you are someone in this world. It feels like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? I'm not important, like that kind of thing. I won't be big anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to stay home, that kind of stuff. It discourages people. It makes you feel like, every day is a gloomy day, okay? Like every day is a gray sky, no daylight, everywhere is cold, no one cares about you, that kind of stuff, okay? I'm going to die anyway, that kind of vibe. That is the Teen One being damaged, or the Teen One weak and such, and that's what's going to happen. So, beside that, by the way, talking about the chi, okay, the chi types, the chi that flows down from your Yun Sun, right, that spiritual planetary body, it's called the Yun Hei. Yun Hei, okay? Yun Hei is basically the chi of time. like how you feel about time. When you are awake, okay, like I said, you can feel like, oh, time is passing by, but I'm like kind of useless. I'm kind of like garbage right here. It feels like you are garbage. And if your chi is like that, the yun hei is bad, right? You will want to die. So when someone is in a state of yun hei bachok, meaning like you don't have enough of this yun hei, okay? If you don't have enough of this, what happens is you will look very dead. It's like you go around the town and basically everyone look at you and will say, how come you are like a zombie walking around, or you're having a dead face and such like that. That's the first thing that happened. Is you look so dead. And you will be kind of like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that kind of guy, okay? So Yun Hei is weak. You will be like not really feeling alive. It's like your life is not alive. You're kind of like corpse walking around, okay? That's how it feels. So having directions and having the power that drives you in life, like that pushes you to a direction and make you feel that you are actually someone important and you should not give up, etc. Okay, this is what Yun Hei does, and it basically help you to feel how to utilize time in your life when you're awake. So some people, they wake up and you can see like they don't do anything, okay? They pretty much just wake up and be like a zombie, and that is the Yun Hei issue, right? So yeah, Yun Hei is super important. So beside that, we're now going to get into the second one, which is the negative chi, okay, which is the Yam Hei. The Yam Hei inside our body is also very important. Yam, the negative, okay? Yam is Cantonese, okay? So the Mandarin is yin, okay? Yin. Now yin qi, or yin qi, okay? The Yam Hei. Yam Hei. Yam is basically saying that it's absorbing, pulling in, that kind of vibe. Okay, it's like pulling inward, attracting, sucking in, that kind of power. Now, what does that do inside our body? Now, Yam Hei is very important too. Yum, you can remember it like this, okay? Yummy. Let's relate that to food, which will be very easy to understand. The Yam Hei inside you will make you feel that you want to absorb, meaning that absorb like eating, absorb like learning, absorb like listening to people. So there are some people who just cannot and don't want to listen to other people. They lack patience. They just don't want to listen. Why is that? Because the Yam Hei inside is not enough. But there are also people who have too much of this Yam Hei inside. What happens if you have too many Yam Hei? Well, what that means, translate to, okay, is basically you are going to always want, and you have so many desires and so many wants, and well, some people might like have a lot of feelings of like want to buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that, okay? Or they might be thinking too much, okay? Because basically the yum, the negative, is also the power that breaks down, digest, and absorb. So imagine you are breaking down information that you hear and see, and you're going to sort out those information in your head, and you're going to absorb them by like remembering. So if the yam he is bad, you might have issues learning. You might have issues listening. You might have issues trying to like look at things and paying attention to them and such like that. That's the yam he issues, the big issue. Now imagine someone who just don't want to eat. That's the yam he issues as well, because the yam he, right, is supposed to help you want to consume, like put things from outside into the inside of you, okay? Like eating, like drinking. So you're supposed to want that, but because the yam he is not enough, then you'll be like looking at the food and you don't want to like really eat it, and that kind of issue will happen. So if someone suddenly they have like this yam he issue, they might suddenly don't want to eat, don't want to learn, don't want to listen to people. You know, that's basically the yam he issue, negative qi. Now the last one is the positive qi that we're going to talk about today, which is the yang he. Yang he, okay, yang. You have to make the sound like this, yang. Very low sound, yang. Yang he, okay? Yang he is positive qi. Now positive take care of the output. What do I mean by output? Well, you are like the sun. You're burning yourself, creating light for the outside. What that means is you want to move your body, okay? You want to take physical action. You want to actually push yourself to do it. And when you can do it, okay, like physically make it happen, and that's the power of the yang he. The yang he also governs and like power up your physical body. So if the yang he bachok, right, the yang he is not enough, then it will be like you are a like, let's say you are a fan, okay, powered by electricity. When the yang he bachok is like you're low in power and you kind of like just dies down and don't move anymore. That's what happened. Okay, the yang he allows people to be able to take physical actions after they are okay with that action inside them. Now, I'm not sure how old are you, the one who is listening right now, but definitely you will feel this at some point, or you will see people like this at some point, and that is people, when they get old, the yang he decreases, and then they will eventually be less and less and less wanting to go out and wanting to do this and that, and they want to like slow down, not move, you know, less hassle is better, just stay home and that kind of stuff. When people get old, it's often like this because the yang he dies down, okay? Now that we know about the three types of qi, the negative, positive, and the neutral, as you can see, none of these can be used to break something or to like make your belly not hurt when being hit or start a fire. Okay? No, it cannot do that. But you need this qi every day. Like every day. We use the qi every day. Basically, every day it's used naturally by yourself without even knowing it. It's like you're breathing every day, but you don't realize that you're breathing because it's so natural. And using the qi, like consuming and using and like cycling the qi between your, what we call the post-heaven and the pre-heaven side, okay, it's done every day. So how is that going to work? Well, basically here in this world, right? You will intake food, you will be listening, you will be watching, and basically you're absorbing from this world. Okay, so when you are going to sleep, when you're sleeping, okay, you're pushing the stuff that you got from this world into the deeper side of yourself, which we call the pre-heaven, which is what we call the Yun Sun too. Okay, the spiritual planetary body. And so when you push something back into there, that side will also need to exchange with you and return you back with the pre-heaven chi, which is the Yun Hei and such. So the Yun Hei got over to this world and back to you while like you're done with your sleeping, like you wake up. Okay, the chi goes back into the body, fills your body up, and there goes a new day of life. So I want you guys to realize right here that this chi that I'm talking about today is actually not super magical. It's not like some untouchable stuff. Okay, it's just so simple to the point that people all don't even realize that the real thing is just that simple. Now, at the end, I want to answer a few questions related to this topic. And the first one is, so why do you do Qi Gong as a Taoist? Can normal people learn Qi Gong and like do the Qi Gong and be able to benefit from it? Okay. So to answer this question, I would have to first say, okay, what kind of Qi Gong, like what kind of practice, where is it from, who created it, and what's the origin and stuff like that. If you don't know and someone just claim their so-called Qi Gong to be Qi Gong and end up it's not, then you're following that. Well, I cannot really say much about it because basically it's not legit, right? So yeah, well, doing Qi Gong, what is it about? Like what is it for? Well, here in short, okay, I can tell you that our Qi Gong, like if you're in our lineage and learning, our Qi Gong is to help you exercise the body to tune and to like work around and tune up your internals, the Qi, okay? And you're using this practice to make the Qi inside go into a, you can say like a self balancing, not really balancing though. It's more like you're like kind of training it, okay, to make it stronger, make it better, and fixing some problems that are already there right now. And basically the result of doing Qi Gong, okay, the Hei Gong, okay, the result is that you will have a better internal state, okay? So it's like, let's say when you wake up, okay, right in the morning when you wake up, a lot of people might have this experience of like, oh, I wake up, but I'm kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like wandering around, and it just feels like life is kind of clueless and things like that, okay? Well, after doing the Qi Gong and like all that training, you will at least wake up and feel better than you should. Okay, and you will be able to handle what we call the pre-heaven detox a bit better than normal people. What that means is like if you have got some negative like bad energy from this world and you go to sleep, okay, for example, you got scolded by someone and you feel very bad that day, and well, that scolding energy goes into you and it's stuck inside your body because you didn't find a way to vent it out. And so this thing goes into your Yun Sun, which is the spiritual planetary body. It goes in there. And after a period of time, you sleep, and well, maybe after a few years, something like that, this thing from the pre-heaven side, it just surfaced back out and push it back to you. That's right, because it cannot digest everything. So it pooped back to you and for you to deal with it. So you wake up and suddenly feel like you're so useless and you're kind of like a piece of shit and you're like worthless in this area. Like, everything is bad, things like that. It just discourages you right after you wake up, okay? It's like what most people say, I don't know what happened, but I just wake up like this crappy mode, okay? That's what happened. And when you have the power of the Qigong that we teach, your body can at least sense and be able to deal with this thing and know what it is and have a method and way to clean it out, like detox that stuff out of your body. And so it's not going to stick to you, nor going back into your Yun San again for another round of this crap. So the more you do it, the more you're kind of like cleansing yourself, and you're cleansing this qi. Because every day we're accumulating some good and bad stuff inside ourselves, or we can say into ourselves. And so after like a few years, you have a lot of bad stuff inside yourself, and they're going to come out again and haunt your morning. So that's why some people wake up with some mood swings, or sometimes you just wake up to a very bad day and things like that. With the Qigong training, at least you will start to realize what that is and be able to witness how you can clean up that stuff after you wake up. And suddenly those feelings are all gone after the practice or after whatever you do with the Qigong. Okay, so basically it's so powerful. Imagine you have to go to work and you have that kind of crappy feeling sticking to you for the whole morning, and you just feel like you want to punch people who come near you. But with this thing, okay, this Qigong power, you can clean it up before you go to work, and it will affect the whole day. Like if you don't clean that up and it's like sticking to you, haunting you the whole day, imagine going to like see a client or going to a big meeting and whatever, and you look like a piece of shit, and let's see how that business turn out. It's not going to be good. But for us, we have the power to deal with this, to clean it up and to fix up the problem before we actually like go to work or see anyone. And that's how important and how useful the Qigong or the stuff we do is. Okay, so yeah, it's like it's too natural and simple, maybe. Okay, so yeah, it cannot be used as a form of so-called energy to like hit someone or knock down something from a distance. It's not like that, and it's not possible to do that. But it is a lot more scarier because the qi, okay, inside the qi, if there are what we call the yivos or the basically it's the yivos, the bad stuff, the bad qi inside you that goes into you, it will really spoil the whole party, or it will like ruin your life, because what it does is it leads you to say the wrong thing, to act wrongly. And imagine like you and your daughter or you and someone, and you just spit out like hurtful words because you feel like doing that at that moment. And what you did is something that is not recoverable. Okay, you hurt someone with your speech, and it's going to hurt for a long time. It's going to stuck in them for a long time, and you don't even realize the damage of these things. So yeah, basically that's how scary it is. It's much scarier than just saying, knock down some bricks or playing cards or something like that. It's a lot more damage that you can imagine. So yeah, basically that's it for today, and it's quite a long show. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.